fellow citizens of Indonesia. I, Michael, am here today to share with all of you a vision for a better future of Indonesia. I want the best on Indonesia because I care about it, and I know all of you want it as well. But to do so, we need to build a community where all of us can work together to accomplish these goals. There are few issues that prevent from any of these goals from happening that we must accomplish. Firstly, corruption. Corruption prevents the growth of any given country in this world, and Indonesia is no exception. But the problem is what you might think. What is the bad thing about corruption? They just take money. And that's just like working without actually working. But actually it's really bad. You took, for example, government corrupting. They take the money from the national budget that can be used to help poor people in their health and education and use them and to keep them in their bag for nothing. They just keep them and they don't even use it for anything. And then ended up, that's why Indonesia have what? Poor education and health in rural areas. Is because of corruption. Then again, the reason why people want to do corruption is because they think, I need more. That's what most government officials think. They actually have more than enough. A lot of people need more than they do. Like I just told you, rural areas people. And then they took themselves and nothing happens. And seriously, as the next generation of Indonesia, do you want to inherit this culture? And while talking about the next generation, I'm going to talk about young people. They hold the future of Indonesia in their hands. But how can they live up to it if they are threatened to death sometimes? 3 issues that cause that is most likely either drugs, abortion, or suicide. Let's start with drugs. Firstly, illegal drug is a never-ending problem in Indonesia. It is caused by the lack of control and education about illegal drugs. As well as the teenagers' insecurity about their image. But most likely they do that because they want to go to a place where they can feel happy. They are mocked, racism, discrimination, they feel bad. Even if there is no more discrimination or racism, they are scarred for life since that happened. We need to comfort them so that they won't decide to do that, peer pressure, and even end up doing drugs. Everyone gets bad grades and future of Indonesia goes boom. Then nextly, abortion. According to UN's data, there's at least 4 million unsafe abortions in developing countries, and that is including Indonesia. The problem with abortion is that we kill babies, and that's firstly against all moral laws, every moral laws. Also, if we kill babies before they're born, we don't know their potential. Maybe one person as a baby smarter than Albert Einstein, but they die before they can live, which is totally ironic. And then that ends up as a passing opportunity for Indonesia to have a better future. And last but not least, suicides. A recent study revealed that most suicides are due to mental breakdown because people think they're just a burden. I'm so lonely. And they thought people hate them. But actually some people actually love them, but they just, I don't want to go near him because he's lonely. And stuff like that. And then they ended up like killing themselves because they feel like, I have no use of this world. Goodbye, cruel world. I have no regrets. And then they just die, even though they might be actually smart, but they don't know it because people think you're dumb. And that's end up another passing opportunity. Well, what we can do now is solve these issues. We cannot look back to the past and change it, but we can change the future. Firstly, to solve corruption, we can be a part of the government, but we need to watch over them. We cannot let them to have too much control. If they have too much control, even if we know they have corruption, we cannot do anything because they have too much control. And if it's too loose, then everyone else can do corruption, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. So we need to have strict rules, but not too tight either, so that government cannot do corruption because somebody else can stop them, but people cannot do corruption because there are strict rules on it. Now for drugging, there needs to be strict rules, no more corruption, bribery, so that if people, hey, you want money, don't tell I have drug. Then they just bring drug from Africa, Nyaupe, I think that's his name, bring it from Africa and people start consuming them, they have red eyes, and then people, another passing opportunity right there. And then everything goes down. We need to prevent any drug from entering. If there one drug enters, people will start buying them, and then it will spread around. And even if government tries to stop the most people, by then wouldn't be able to live without drugs. Now for abortion, we need to provide strict rules for it, regulated clearly. The reason why people do illegal abortion is either because they don't want to be known that they have actually a baby, they just want to kill it first before they're known, or because they don't have enough money. Because illegal abortion is actually really expensive. But because it's really expensive, people still decide to do it. Abortion is most likely even more expensive than that. So firstly, we need to, if you want to do abortion, it should be at least a really legal excuse. Because some people just want to do abortion because either they don't have enough money, economic, mental breakdown, and yeah, and maybe they go crazy because of that. They don't want to be fat. And then after that, we need to do about suicide cases. Because I just said that most of them are because of mental breakdown, we need to prevent that by actually stop doing racism. If somebody's scarred for life because of it, comfort them. Go close to them. We need to give address to physicians, psychiatrists, so that they will actually, so that they can comfort them. They know their potential. They will, if they know their potential, they will improve it, and then they will, one day they might actually be popular, and everything from their past will be gone. And if I'm elected, all what I've said will be the main core of my program. I believe that by eradicating all these issues, we can make a better environment for our next generations to live in Indonesia. I'll be the bridge for both parting sides, either too loose or too tight, because I will combine both ideas and make a law or rule that will be beneficial for both sides. Thank you for listening to me today. God bless you all.